Ladies and gentlemen, all right, for today's video, I would like to talk a little bit about Cantonese and Vietnamese. I made a very interesting observation about these two languages, and I wanted to share them with you. Now, perhaps for many of you, it's not a surprise, but for some, it may be a surprise. It may be interesting. So, this observation is very interesting. I noticed that, well, first of all, Vietnamese, we know that there are two different dialects. You have the the southern dialect, and you have the northern dialect. Now, I was totally unaware of this before I started learning Vietnamese. As a matter of fact, when I first started learning Vietnamese, around that time when I made my first Vietnamese video, I have a Vietnamese buddy who grew up here in the States, and I just knew that he spoke Vietnamese. I didn't know about this southern dialect, this northern dialect, and I was trying to say some things to him, and he was saying, "Oh," he was like he didn't understand, I wasn't saying them right. And when I made my Vietnamese video, I had sent it to him. I wanted him to critique it, and he was like, he said he couldn't understand the video. Like he said he just couldn't understand it. And I was like, wow, my Vietnamese is that bad. And I don't know, it kind of discouraged me a little bit. But then I started getting motivated after getting feedback from more people. I started getting a lot of comments on that video, and people were making this comment like, "Oh, you speak with the northern accent. You speak with the northern accent. You sound like you're from the north." And I'm like, "What do they mean? I sound like I'm from the north?" You know, I had no idea about those dialects. But as time went by, I did a little research, and I realized that wow, they have this northern accent and this northern dialect and this southern dialect. So that took me back to my friend, and I asked him. I said, "Do you speak?" I asked him, "Do you speak the southern dialect of Vietnamese or northern?" He said he's from the south. He speaks the southern, and that explained everything. That explained why he had a hard time understanding what I was trying to say. So yeah, and then this made me think about Cantonese. We know that Cantonese is spoken in the South. It's a Southern spoken language, you know, and I noticed that a lot of the American-born overseas, well, I'm just gonna say American. I'm not sure about any other places, but the Vietnamese who migrate over here and they have kids, they speak like the southern dialect. All the Vietnamese I met, they all spoke like the southern dialect, and it's the same with Cantonese. These American-born Chinese, they don't speak Mandarin, they speak Cantonese. I still remember when I first started learning Mandarin, and I was meeting a lot of American-born Chinese, and they would tell me, "Oh, I speak Cantonese. I don't speak Mandarin. I speak Cantonese. I don't speak Mandarin." And it's the same for those Vietnamese, American-born Vietnamese. I just thought that was a very interesting observation. So I don't know, like this even happened recently when I was trying to speak Vietnamese with someone. Like she actually, what was this, when we went over to colleagues of my wife's house for I don't know, she just wanted to see the kids, and I busted out some Vietnamese on her, and she was correcting me on certain words. She would say like I was saying "bot," like the "bot" that means friend, or you can use it for you, someone who's close. But she was correcting me. She was saying "bat," like bat. But that's like the southern. That's like a southern dialect, you know. And I don't know that southern dialect. And then when I was leveling up at Walmart, the woman used a different way of saying wife that I've never heard of. I know "vup," but she used a different term. And I guess it was like a southern dialect. So yeah, I just thought that was very interesting. Cantonese, the Cantonese, the Chinese Americans born here in the States, majority of the time they don't speak Mandarin, they speak Cantonese. The Vietnamese born American-born Vietnamese, they don't speak the northern dialect, they speak the South dialect, southern dialect. So South Cantonese, Southern Chinese or Cantonese spoken in the South, and the southern dialect of Vietnam. So All right, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that here, share that with you. So let me know what you guys think. And oh, by the way, I am interested in learning this the Southern dialect eventually once I get a better grasp on the current dialect I'm learning now. So if you guys know of any resources, I have one resource. It's called Beginners. It's Beginners Vietnamese. It has a woman wearing a hat. She's wearing one of these farm hats, and I listened to the audio a little bit, and it sounds so different. So I think that may be Southern. I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. But if you guys know of any resources for the Southern dialect, let me know. I'll snatch it up now and just put it in the barracks with the other courses until I get to it. But I'm very interested. Let me know. So that is it. Thanks for viewing, and yeah, look forward to any comments.